Hey guys, it's Diana, and today I'm going to do things a little bit differently and share with you a bit of an update on what I've been up to, as well as show you something I've built in Lovable.dev. My website for my personal brand is coming together, and I was so impressed by it that I kind of wanted to show you what I've got. So before I do the demo and how I built it, I just wanted to catch up really quickly because if you have been following me, especially here on YouTube, my first post was done in July 2023 when I knew I wanted to become a content creator. The only problem is if you want to be a content creator, you have to be comfortable creating content, talking on in front of a camera, sharing your own perspectives and insights. And I found that to be nearly impossible to do in as easy as AI makes building business plans and having a perfectly mapped out strategy for a business or a product. If you are jumping into business or entrepreneurship or you're in it and you're operating from a place of survival, just constantly making decisions and rush and to avoid discomfort, that's what's gonna determine whether or not your business is going to be successful. And for me, I called it starting a business, but really it was a journey of me finding myself again. I know that sounds kind of funky, but it has been a really deep, uncomfortable journey back home to me in learning to figure out who I am before the world told me who I needed to be. So yeah, I share this with you because, yes, as much as building a business has been what I've been doing, building a business has forced me to learn to love myself and truly get clear on who I am, the words to who I am, what my values are, what my mission is, who I serve. And that, when you bring it all together, is my personal brand, like my essence. And the written part, I got down and I help people in transitions. The old version of me, the me 3 years ago, who was incredibly broken and lost and had no sense of self and rebuilding again and having access to a supportive AI tool to help me get clearer on my next steps. It has, gosh, really changed the trajectory of my life and just my outlook on it as well. But to bring that to visual life, it's all of these pretty colors that look like the sunset and the sunrise, and this weaving of letters together, the first and last name, like a seamstress, like the thread. This is all done by a creative brand strategist named Rachel Lee. She is the co-founder of Neogenesis, and she is a brilliant creative where she could take my essence and bring it to life visually. So now I have cohesive look and feel across all of my digital platforms, whether it's Instagram or LinkedIn or an email header or a signature, where there's congruency now, whereas before it was very choppy. Even business cards, any kind of corporate products. Now I have something that is uniquely me, made for me, and it tells my story through the design. So, Rachel, I love the work. And let me get to the part where I wanted to show you. One of the cool things that you get with working with her in her brand playbook is a website mockup. And I mean, there's placeholders. She just grabbed some images off of my social, but it's this look and feel that I'm going for. And all of these blobs and these little swirly things, she gives you the graphics for it so you can insert it into your website. So now that I have all this, what I was doing was I have a Wix subscription for a year that's already paid for, and I'm not really using it. So what I wanted to do was translate this and put it into Wix, and it's still very manual. And having worked with Angular and thinking in components and things needing to be modular. It really pains me to have to manually copy and paste things over, especially when I know it could be repeatable, like testimonial cards. I don't want to have to copy and paste everything over. It just drives me nuts. So that's why I did not want to use Wix. Lovable it's like having a development team in your pocket, and it's incredibly it's dependent on how the user describes what they are looking for. So yes, all of these website builders, app builders, if you say build me something, it will build you something. And it could build you a CRM that is tailored to your use case. There's tons of CRMs out there, but if you want to create one that's tailored to your use case, you can do that just by properly describing what you want in it. I think why I wanted to share this video was it's as the training that I've done with ChatGPT in business is the importance of context. The output of ChatGPT or any of the large language models can be really soulless and robotic and very clearly, obviously generated by AI. If you don't know how to properly ask for the information and provide it the information and the context it needs, so it has that clear, holistic understanding, the big picture before it creates something for you. And that is so true in ChatGPT. In Lovable, I kind of want to show you the same thing as well, where I came here. I have I'm like 95% clear on what I want for my website. Now it's become like a full-blown application that's going to be multi-tenant one day, but it's my personal hub where anybody who connects with me and is interested in working with me can go there and also grab my resources, get access to AI-driven products, get access to an AI version of me 24/7 on a subscription basis. It's that hub where I guess it's my personal brand's home base. And it's also time for me to let go of Waggle AI. I will go into that in another day. But I have a few apps I really want to deep dive into, and I want to do it building something. And I saw this as an opportunity to build out a very quick landing page for dianaleeai.com. Right now, it's essentially like a landing page with a few links and maybe like a blog post about me so that anybody who wants to learn more about me, I could point them to it and at least give them a way to connect with me after that initial touch point. So I created a really quick landing page. And then I realized, I'm like, wow, this is really good. And then I tweaked it a bit to make it more of a solution tailored to my needs and the needs of my clients. So this is going to be the first one I show you, which in terms of copy, it sounds really AI generated. I have like a document where I have notes on who I am, who I serve, my philosophies. So that's kind of why the language is like this right now. But what I did do is provided a copy of my brand playbook. And I said, hey, I want this website or this app to pick up on the look and feel that this playbook is describing. And ta-da, look at that. I mean, that is pretty impressive. Okay. So I'm like, yeah, this is super duper cool. So after that, I wanted to try it again without messing this up because this is a strong starting point. I could finish it off here as is. So I tried it one more time, but this time around I did it and asked for it to follow the style patterns, the style recommendations from the playbook, which includes the fonts, the colors, the gradients. And yeah, let's check this out. Yeah, at first this was static and it wasn't rotating or moving. And let me show you in here. It's this part. It's that part. And now I can make updates to that. But I've messed with several different platforms like Circle and Mighty Networks, School. I mean, they all have pros and cons, and I can make it work with any of them. But really, what I'm looking for is more oriented has to be designed for a creator who wants to scale through AI extensions of themselves. And I think that's the platform I am creating here, where now the static resources are ones that you can just grab. Access to my AI twin for consulting and mentorship and coaching support is going to be done through this membership tier. And then lastly, sorry, I got cut off there. I just wanted to emphasize the importance of context. I literally describe what my website is and who it's for in everyday language, which doesn't require me to be an expert in web development. And it created a very decent website. If I went a little bit deeper into who my ideal client was and what the end goal was, it would have been just as fine as is if I had provided enough context. The second time around is this example that you're seeing in the background with the banner and the animations. And I took the time to map out what kind of links I want and what I want the storefront to look like and how I want each of these products to look like as well. And this took me about 4 hours to sit down and really map out how I want the interface to look once a user is logged in. So it's now putting on a thinking cap of an app builder and communicating what I want to the actual designer and the developer. The better that I can articulate what I want, the better the output's going to be. And this is just like a living example of that. And let me show you that second time around. Yes, first time anyone can do it. But if you have the expert domain knowledge and you know how to think and build already, and you know how to communicate what you want with very granular, detailed information about each page down to the permissions. And this really, as a solo business owner, it really opens up a lot of different possibilities to build what used to cost a crap ton of money to hire a development team to build out a proprietary application. It's if you really want to solve a problem, because you hit the experiential knowledge and there's no other solution like that out there. I mean, now is your time to build it. So hopefully, this review of Lovable.dev, there's so many different ones, and this is just one of the first that I've actually got to test and mess around with the vibe coding. I really enjoyed it. It makes it super easy for non-technical people to kind of jump in there and start exploring and practicing building. For anyone on the fence, do I need AI in my life or for business? Absolutely. This is a technology that's not going anywhere. It's not something that you want to sleep on. It's not like another shiny object. This is going to change the way that we live, as it has mine. And if you're curious to learn more about how to integrate it as a part of your daily lives and have boundaries, because yeah, this can really be all consuming as well. So understanding how much of this technology you want in your life, starting to have those uncomfortable conversations on how it's going to change things for you. Now's the time to do it. And if you need someone to do that with, I am your girl. All right. Well, thank you. I'm hoping with time, my wordiness, my ADD brain will become more focused. I'm always working on minimizing filler words and not going back and revising too much. So here is my first app review. And thank you.